The Fall Line is a true crime podcast covering the coldest cases in the southeastern United States and occasionally beyond. We focus on the missing persons, the unsolved murders, and the unidentified does that don't get media attention. Empathetic and intensively researched, The Fall Line will take you on deep dives into unsolved cases that you've never heard of and make you wonder why you haven't. Find us wherever you listen to podcasts.
Have you ever wondered what it's like to be a real-life medium? Then this is the podcast for you. In this show, you'll learn how to open your heart to spirit, hear adventures I've experienced as an award-winning psychic medium and teacher. Plus, I'm going to give you some psychic information and insight into what the future holds for our increasingly crazy world. Tune in every Friday and get ready to connect to the other side. I'm Jen, and I'll be your guide starting right now. All right, episode 2. Well, not episode 2. I don't even know what episode it's at. But I'm on a roll right now. I'm pre-recording 2 episodes in a row, and I'm ahead of the game because I missed 2 weeks. So I want to give you guys some more episodes and get back on track here. I took a little break. I decided I was going to go up north, and I was going to chill out for a bit, write my book. But if you listen to the last episode, you'll know that I have lost my book. It's gone. So weird. I feel like I know I'm supposed to write another book. I know I'm supposed to do it. I literally know I'm supposed to write another book. But things keep happening. Like, either I don't want to do it. I get writer's block. I should really stop complaining about it because I get to write a book, but like it's gone. Like my book, I wrote like 4 chapters and they're gone. They're just gone. They're just gone. Thin air. It's fine. I'm sure everything's fine. So yeah, and today, this episode is going to be about what happens when you die. What happens when someone dies? Now, as I say that out loud, it's probably going to be a little bit off track of that because I have like so many stories. And people are like, well, how would you know what happens when someone dies? You can't prove it. Dude, I have so many stories. I did not write any of them down, but I have so many stories of what happens when you die from my readings and clients in spirit that I'd like to give you a little insight on that for a couple of reasons. Now, in the previous episode, you heard me being like, why did God give me this gift? Why do I need to see bad things? Why do I predict death? And I have told you before, I have met the Grim Reaper, like in I think it was ayahuasca sitting, I believe. Cool guy. He's a cool guy. And you're like, what are you talking about? Well, how can the Grim Reaper be a cool guy? Like, he was wearing jeans and like a t-shirt, a white t-shirt, and he sat down like cross-legged with me. He was like, hey, Jan, what's up? I'm not a bad guy. So I think like our interpretation or our feelings towards, death may be changing. Maybe, I don't know. And I feel like I'm a conduit of spirit. So I deal with death every day. Like, I used to be afraid of death. I'd be like, now I'm like, let's talk about it. What's going to happen? I was like, my parents, hey, what's going to happen when you die with your house? Like, who's going to take your house? And what, like, who's going to get this? And who's like, and then it's like, what? Like, it would be weird to other people if you have not had the experiences that I've had with death and understand the process and knowing so well in my beingness that your loved ones and spirit essences are carrying on. It's just the body and their brain and their organs that are no longer with us, but their essence, their the memories, everything is contained in this like holographic computer that is like a silhouette of light that represents your person. Like, it's just, I don't know how to explain it. It's so profoundly amazing what I get to do every day when I do readings for people of the mediumship kind. It just blows my mind sometimes, the things that like how does like right now my soul's in my body, right? I have a body right now. One day I'm not going to do it. I also changed my thoughts on how I want my end of life transition, and like I want to be a tree. I want to be a tree. Like, do not put me in a box. Like, Chad has strict instructions when I die, do not put me in. I feel like death is being normalized now. I feel like it's just thank goodness I don't have too many people that have passed in my life. Like I know obviously it's coming one day, and I know I can't prepare myself for that, but at least I will have the knowledge that I know they're okay. 100%. I know that spirit is okay when they transition. Doesn't matter how they pass. There's different ways of passing and different like scenarios, but the end result is always love. They just, they contain all their memories. I don't know how that works. I have no idea how a spirit contains all their memories, but they do. So where are they going with this? Oh yeah. So what happens when you die? Like, again, let's talk about the tree thing for a minute. Like I want to be a tree. So by that, what I mean, I'm terrified of bugs. I hate bugs so much. Like we went to the cottage for a week last week. I went to go away. The bugs are horrendous. Like I hate bugs so much. Like they love me. They like go in my ear. How they go in? They go in your ear and they freak me out. They were attacking my dog's head, like the boxer's head. I was like, I can't do this. We didn't spend that much time outside. Also, there's a fire ban, right? Because there's fires. I don't know if they're still going on in Canada. But like, just don't put me in a box. So you can put me in like a canvas, whatever. It's not canvas. I don't know what it's made of. Like where the roots are at the bottom of a tree. You get a new tree, right? And there's like the bottom of the roots. They're all wrapped up. Just put me in there and put me in the ground. Give me a little plaque. And then the butterflies will come all the time. We're like, hey, this is Jen's tree. Like, I want to be a tree. Rudy can pee on me. Like, I don't care. Like, just, you know what I mean? But before I'd be like, oh my God, I can't talk about it. I can't talk about what I want when I die. Because people are deathly, no pun intended, afraid of dying. People are so afraid. I guess I would be afraid too, but okay, here's the thing. I don't know if I'm talking about this. I'm just going to go with this. If I got like a diagnosis and I was going to have, like, I was cancer or sick, something like that. I've already seen my death actually. I have fast forwarded to my moment of passing. I'm sick. I'm in a hospital bed. So there's that. So I've already seen my death, right? But I'm not afraid of it. So like, if I get the diagnosis, what I would do is a heavy cycle of psilocybin, magic mushrooms. I would get someone like a professional to come and administer the dose and watch me while I'm there, so I don't have a bad trip. Because I'm prone to those apparently. And that's what I would do. Give me mushrooms. I want to see God. I want to witness. So I'm not going to be afraid of what's to come. Right? I just want to be that. I just want to do. That's what I'm going to do. Put me in a tree and give me mushrooms before I die. That's what I'm doing. So like, and then I don't even make jokes about it anymore. Like I'll be like, hey, well, I said to my family, like, what would you guys do if I die? If I wasn't here, this house would be dirty. Who's going to water the plants? Like, are you guys going to water the plants? Are you going to like wash the sheets? You know what I mean? I mean, Chad makes dinner, so they're still going to eat. But like, people don't think about like the little things that maybe we do. And if we're not here, who's going to do them? Right? I don't want my plants to die. I love plants. Like, I'm a crazy plant lady almost, to the point. Like, want to hear a funny story? I accidentally, 2 weeks ago, maybe just a week ago, bought $2,500 worth of furniture online. Whoopsie. Sunday morning in bed, I'm on my phone, I'm on Wayfair, because I really wanted to, like, I don't like the way my living room is. It's like a couch that's crappy, and not crappy, but it could be better. Like the big TV's in there. I don't like the way it looks. I don't like the layout. I want my green corduroy L-shaped couch. So I'm on Wayfair Sunday morning. Chad's in bed on his iPad, whatever. We're eating breakfast in bed and having our tea or whatever. And I got all these things in my cart, right? And I'm like, okay, I'm going to go see if I can do like pay half now and half later, right? You know how you can like choose that option? So I'm like just messing around, and I pushed some button which I thought was like pay now to go to the next page where you can do the other option. Yeah, no. So like $2,500. I have my couch in there. I've got a big rug in there, this colorful rug. I've got, what else do I had in there? Oh, a new round glass kitchen table. Comes with 4 chairs. A big fuzzy yarn knit blanket. You know those knit blankets, those big honking chunky knit. Oh, I've always wanted one of those. I bought one of those. So I didn't really say anything. I'm like, uh-oh. Chad's like, what? I'm like, I kind of just spent a lot of money by accident. He's like, what? I have my own bank account, so it's fine. It's like, all the bills are paid. It's fine, guys. It's fine. And he's like, what do you mean? I'm like, he goes, what's a lot of money? He goes, $250. I'm like, you think $250 is a lot of money? Like, oh dear. I'm like, add a zero. And he's like, pardon me? I goes, how'd you accidentally spend that much money? So normally I had a little panic. Normally I would panic, right? That's a panicky thing. Normally I would panic, and I'm like, he's like, you could cancel it. I'm like, you're right. I could cancel the order, but you know what? I've been putting this off for 6 months, and I'm just going to fucking do it. I'm tired of putting things off. I wanted to do this for redecorate my living room, make it look very cozy. I need a cozy space with no TV, and that was always the vision when I moved here, right? And we're staying another year. We're going to stay here another year. So I'm like, hey, we might as well make it look pretty in here. You know what I mean? So guess what's on its way? So yeah, the couch is almost here, and accidentally spent $2,500, which isn't a lot of money. Like if you're going to like buy new furniture and redecorate your space, probably going to cost a lot more than that. So that happened, but I'm very excited about this new feeling in my living room. I'm going to just like read books and do word searches and things like that. I was going to say like go on my phone, but like one of my predictions, you guys, is like the whole power grid going out. The whole half of the world. If you listen to the last episode, go back and listen to the previous episode here so you can hear the predictions. And in the last episode, I struggle with, why do I get bad visions? Why do I keep getting bad news for everybody? Like why am I getting clairvoyant? Why am I clairvoyant that sees only death and war? Like I don't want to see that. Like is that helpful? Like that's why I say if I was dead and nobody told you that, you would just live that out. You're part of history. This is what's going to happen. But I'm like, instead, Spirit's like, hey, guess what you're going to do, Jen Abra? Guess what you're going to do? You're going to tell people some bad news, and you're going to lose followers every day because they get scared. And they don't want to know the truth. Well, guess what? So the one thing I am missing from furniture orders that I really would like still is a record player. I'm going old school. I feel like that's where we're kind of headed to, right? Like everything is like, buy me, here's a fancy TV and a fancy this and a fancy that you don't fucking need, and I want a record player. So if anybody has any good recommendations on where I can get some good records, let me know. I'm interested in that. Because, well, I guess if the power goes out, how am I going to play the records? Okay, I didn't think of that. And also, I really need a home phone too, but you can't go Rogers because they're internet. So I need a phone jack in the wall somehow with actually old school wires to have a home phone. But then if none of you guys are all just going to have your cell phones, how am I going to call you anyways? I think we need home phones. I really think we need to go back to the home phone, but not Rogers, because Rogers is internet. And if the internet goes out, how are you going to buy stuff? See what I mean? This is what's coming. And that's not even psychic information. That's literally information you could easily find online. Where was I going with this? Okay, what happens when you die? So there's a mass transition is going to happen. A big mass transition is going to happen again. What happens when you die? I'll start with first. I can predict death now. I'm predicting death. Like this poor woman I'm reading for. I'm like, oh, you work at a hospital? Well, your friend Kathy is going to get really, really sick and have cancer and die. Like what? Who wants to know that? Why? Why would I have that come out of my mouth? Why? I like when I predict pregnancies. I like when I'm like, you're going to be pregnant. You're going to be pregnant and you're going to be pregnant.
The Fall Line is a true crime podcast covering the coldest cases in the southeastern United States and occasionally beyond. We focus on the missing persons, the unsolved murders, and the unidentified does that don't get media attention. Empathetic and intensively researched, The Fall Line will take you on deep dives into unsolved cases that you've never heard of and make you wonder why you haven't. Find us wherever you listen to podcasts.
And you're going to have a baby. That's much better, right? But there's a cycle. There's a cycle to this. So I don't know why, but a lot of people are going to get sick and pass. Big transition coming. And so one of the new things that's happening, like, you know that song Crazy Train? I think it's by Ozzy Osbourne. Crazy Train. Like, that sounds more like Guns N' Roses, but you know what I mean. Crazy Train. So I keep having these dreams or meditations or visions of this phantom death train. So it's a train. There's a death train. So it's like, how do I describe the vision? It's like a black train that's a hologram. And it's like going down this track really. And the driver of this death train, like I just know it's a death train. Doesn't say death train. I just know it's a fucking death train. like a violet light coming off it, like a phantasmic, I don't know, phantasm light coming off it. And I saw the driver. The driver is like a ghost movie you would see like in a movie. And it's got like a face like, right? Like I can't describe it. I'll see if I can find a picture and post it on my stories at Instagram, elevate.hersoul. Go follow me there because everyone keeps unfollowing me. Because I just tell them the truth. They don't like it. So there's this death train, and then the driver. So this driver is like some phantom guy. And the vision was the train sort of stopped. I don't even think the train stopped, and they're picking up some guy. Now the guy, I couldn't see the guy's face. He was still alive, but he was going to pass. And so he's banging on the side of the train door, like, I don't want to come in here. I don't want to come in here. And like the train conductor, the phantom guy, was like, sorry, buddy, it's time for you to go. And it was like a middle-aged man. It wasn't, I knew, so my claircognizance is very strong as well. I know it's not someone that I know. I don't know who it is, but they didn't want to get on the train, and they had to get on the train anyways. So it's almost like because more people are going to pass, now it's like the spirit world needs to pick up people on a train. And like in the last episode, I talked about the Field of Dreams image of the baseball diamond. They were working on construction. I'm like, because we need to make more space in the spirit world for people. Like, this is my life, guys. This is my life. It just, what? And I'm getting over the shift of like, why do I have to get bad things? But I think I'm supposed to help you with death, right? Once I met the Grim Reaper in an ayahuasca ceremony, and he was cool and chill, I was like, okay, we gotta chill out about this. But like, I understand it's extremely difficult when someone you love passes. Also, don't knock on wood. I was gonna like, knock on wood. I hope no one I don't know dies. Knock on wood. You don't want to knock on wood. You know how you just knock on wood? Something you like, superstition. I've read somewhere that it's like you're summoning a demon. We don't need to summon more demons, guys. So also speaking of demons, I'm going to get to the death thing soon, I promise. One night I had this meditation, and I looked up in the ceiling, like above my head in the bed, and this tunnel had opened up, some portal opened up, and all of these like entities or monsters or like otherworldly species that were not good, like coming to make people angry and like cause chaos on the earth, were coming through. Like 1,000 of them were coming through this tunnel just above my head. They weren't coming in my room. They were just going through the wall to like the neighbor's house. I'm like, yeah, go over to the neighbor's house. They suck. So I don't know. It was just chaos coming in. So like in the episode previously to this one, go listen to that. I talk about the chaos that's coming. There's chaos coming. But death to me is not chaotic. Like, I've pretty much seen it all. I've had people who have taken their own life come through. I have had people who have fallen off of buildings. I have had people who were shot in the head. I've had people who have cancer, people who just die of old age, like just natural causes. You know, I have kids, dogs, cats, everyone, right? I've talked to them all. I've communicated with all of them, made contact with all of them, and I've helped them connect back with their loved ones. Like, so my job is a positive thing. Did I tell you guys I'm in the closet still? I'm in the closet again. It's very quiet in here. I can still hear the rain. It's finally raining. It's finally raining, guys. So what happens when you pass? It depends on how you're passing, right? I mean, you all, so like, here's an example. So if someone decides to take matters into their own hand, i.e. decides to end their life for whatever reason, it's a different process. And I have noticed if they're overdosed on drugs, something like that, and they're lying in their own bodily fluids, they are in shock, and their soul gets out of their body and stands there and waits until someone comes and finds them. So kind of like they're supporting themselves, you know, through that process, because it's very shocking and traumatic for everyone involved, but also for the soul who has done this to themselves, or if it was accidental too, they stay in the room until someone comes and finds them. Like they try to go and get someone to come and find them, discover them, and they always feel very, very awful and apologize to the person who did find them. So if it was on purpose, sometimes they also have to take a bus. So let's say example would be like a old man who had cancer and he passes, he goes straight to the light. He shows me like this wonderful scenario where his wife is there and they dance, and my dad was there in the military outfit, and they just go straight to the light. But chaos begets chaos. So if someone takes their own life, I guess this is gonna super weird I'm saying this, but I don't recommend choosing to transition that way. From what I've seen and experienced, it's not good for anyone. It's just awful. Even when the soul transitions over to the spirit realm, it's not pretty. So you have to sit at a bus stop and wait for a special bus to come and get you because you have to go to school. There's like an education system program you have to go through to learn, about your life. And I never see what goes on in this school, but I know it's like a rehabilitation of your I don't know, of like showing you why you did it and what's a better way to do this. And sometimes you got to go back and help people who are also in distress mentally. So it's very cool. Cool, but not cool. You know what I mean? So again, it depends. Car accidents, yes, car accidents too. The soul gets pushed out of their body and is at the scene and watches the whole thing. Because like, especially if a mom has passed and her kids are left behind, she panics. The soul panics. Because there's, again, a shocking passing is that. And sometimes when it's tragic, they won't tell me how they passed either. I noticed that. So if someone has cancer or they were ill or whatever, they were sick, and they want to say thank you so much for you helping them take care of them before they pass, they're always super grateful. But if it's a tragic passing, it's very different. Accidental or on purpose. It's very different passing. But I've noticed the pattern and the stories that I'm hearing from spirit. It's obviously it's shocking for everyone, right? Like I want to say it's worse for the human that has to stay behind. There are some crazy stories I could tell you. So again, they won't tell me how they pass sometimes if it's tragic, because they never want to upset you. They don't want to upset you, the client who I'm reading for. So I can't even tell you. They won't even tell me, and I can't make them tell me, but I know it's tragic. So recently, someone, I believe, decided to take their own life by removing themselves from a very high building. And I didn't know. They didn't tell me that's what they were doing. All I got was scared. Peaceful. So whatever, I guess the fall had them scared, so terrified. And then as soon as they completed their transition, there was peace. It was like a relief. The spirit described to me as a relief from fear, from chaos, from the mental conditions, just relief, complete relief. So I do know that however you pass, when you pass, there's relief on the other side. So I hope this gives you comfort, because it's it's just a big relief from suffering, from mental health concerns, from schizophrenia, from suicidal thoughts, from cancer, from everything. It's just a big relief. I know that for sure, with no doubt. I have no doubt. Here's one more thing I'll tell you. I have no doubt that if you lost someone who has transitioned from this world to the next, they are 100% okay. They're 100% okay. And talking to a medium who knows what they're doing, is a most amazing way to connect to them, because they want to talk to you so much. They want, even if they just say they're okay, right? Obviously, I would tell you more than that. But they just want you to know that they're okay. And if you have their Christmas stuff, you have their Christmas village, don't you? They are thrilled. If they want you to do something, like if something's in storage that belonged to them and they want it out of storage, they will tell me. They bring me to your house where you live now, and if you have a mantle and there's a picture of them or their ashes are there, they know. They bring me there and they're like, look, Jen, that's me. So I could never completely convince you or, right now from a podcast, that they're okay, but I promise you they are okay. So if you lost someone, I promise you they are okay, no matter how they pass, tragic or not, right? And their soul exists and has all of their memories. And I still don't understand logically, mentally, scientifically how that's possible, but they do. all their memories. They love Christmas. They love talking about Christmas. They love it. They love it. And they love you. They love you so much. So there's that. And if you would like a reading, I have 2 spots left in November on a Monday. Monday. I used to sing a kindergarten song. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. It's like a Barney song. I used to sing that. I had a calendar. I just had a flashback of me being a kindergarten teacher. That was interesting. This whole thing is interesting. Like death and transitioning, and like that's why I think there's so many mediums coming to me, like baby mediums. I'm like, the classes are full. Like they're just full. Because people want to learn how to do this. They want to help. They know there's like a mass training happening. So like the more people who are transitioning, the more mediums we need, right? Properly trained mediums. So if you want to become a medium, I highly suggest you join my school of psychic and mediumship studies. That begins in September. You can find that on Instagram in the weird bio thing. I highly recommend you do that because in the past, it's been a Facebook group, and I really am not chill with Facebook anymore. So I'm trying to find a different platform to do our schooling. Ideally, it'll be in person. I'm teaching in person at Moonflowers here in Beaverton, Ontario, if you want to come do some of my classes. I am teaching Intro to Mediumship at the end of June. I would love to meet you in person. It's just cooler, you know? But like I have people from other countries, so we can't meet in person. Right? You're on the other side of the province, other side of the country. It's convenient. I get to meet cool peeps. So I'm going to leave you guys there. I hope this episode helped you in some way, gave you some kind of peace of mind that your loved ones are always with you. And I thank you as always for listening. Please go review the podcast. 5 stars, please. And I think you guys are awesome. And I hope you have an awesome week. And I will see you next time on the Singing Medium Podcast.